Hi, I'm Wayne Viener with VienerX, and along with me today is Carter Dewey, who has an announcement to make from what happened at Fusion Connect just 10 days ago. Carter, what's the news?
Well, the news is Fusion Connect has decided to move forward with DataRemote as their lead offer for copper line retirement. Most of you might know that there is a business challenge that a lot of customers have where costs are going up and availability is going away for that old copper infrastructure. Fusion Connect has a solution and they're using the DataRemote underlining technology.
So I'm sure you've worked with that team, and there's a lot of people to bring into this. Who did you interface with, and how did that happen?
No, I'm glad you asked. We got to spend a week with Fusion Connect leadership, their partners, their sales team in Austin. And I've got to thank the product team. They've done a phenomenal job getting this to market. You could sense the energy. They've invested a lot in their staff, in their vendors, in their partnerships, and ultimately that's going to pay off with their customers.
All right. Well, I saw the product, and you're going to see that video here in a moment of a lifetime demo right from the Fusion Connect event. But before we get to that, when does this come to market? And if you're interested, when can you actually get the product?
It's available now. So reach out to your Fusion Connect representative, and they will walk you through it.
All right. Well, that's great news. And now on with the video. Still in Austin, Texas, we have DataRemote here. I talked to Carter last night about something I didn't even know existed, which is POTS, or plain old telephone service replacement. What in the world is this different?
Yeah, no, happy to give you a little insight. So what we're seeing in the market is historically VoIP providers have been going into companies and selling their voice services. So you'll find in a lot of companies, traditional POTS lines for voice have been moved to an IP phone, a Polycom, Poly or whatnot. What's been left behind is the machine to machine. So elevators, alarms, fire and burglar alarm, access control, building controls, fax machines, anything with modem data. And so what I have here is an example of how we work with an elevator or an emergency call box. And essentially, we have a DataRemote 90X1. It's a 5G. We'll fall back to LTE in markets that don't have the 5G. It's a little larger device, and that's because it has a 48-hour backup battery.
Now, why is that important?
It's important because the regulatory bodies, such as the elevator regulations, fire panels are regulated by the NFPA, National Fire Protection Association. They have requirements. The latest code is up to 24 hours of backup battery.
So you need a minimum of 24. Now, I know there's a lot of products out there that's older
Yeah,
that might not exactly meet that code. We really have to check the fine print.
that's correct. That's very important. Yeah. A lot of the other solutions in the market today are 4, 8, 12-hour backup batteries. This is up to 48 hours.
So you could go through this whole process with another vendor, replace it, and the fire marshal come in and say,
And then you have a headache. Yeah, and this is becoming more and more relevant in the market because these types of technologies, as the copper line is slowly being replaced or shut off, they're seeing more of this.
so you could do one of these, you could do the entire office, do the entire building.
Yeah, each 90X1 has 8 RJ11s in situations where there's multiple, more than 8. Now you could do multiple boxes. Quite often, like in a hotel like this, I believe there's about 10 elevators. There's a fire alarm. There's some emergency phones, but they're in different telecom rooms depending on where you're at in the building.
That's excellent. So I see also a video camera. It can power.
It can. So with the 48-hour backup power, we have a power output, so we can power ancillary via UPS basically for another device, whether that's a cordless phone or a camera. And we also have a LAN data port. So not only do we do the POTS replacement, but you could also provide cellular backup and connectivity for your other business applications. In this use case, it's a camera.
Nice. Well, Carter, thanks for explaining that. We know we have a lot of customers that need it. We just didn't know where to go get the solution.
Dynamite, I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks. And thanks to Shane for putting this all together behind the camera. And we'll be back in Austin in a moment.